ndani nataka nipate, ndani nataka mkate, na kuna mapala wananikazia ati wanataka nisare. Mimi nimekuja na nare, wakishindwa zima wajikate, naleta mwangaza kwa darkness, nafanya hati waitani, cheza chini game carpet, siweke chumvi kwenye rat race, 17 be finest, bazi meshona na bicep, kijana kwa madness, mi hukapeta iwake, alafu nachochea na gasolina, unaweza uliza dadi yake, nisingozone kifade, hatuko ligi moja brother, ni uwarea kata wayarona, takuwa ni sake, tuko kazi wajikaze, na kama unadai kutoa starehe, na kuacha ulale, watiaji wakapande, itabidi mjipange, hata mkuja mebeba kipande, tuwatambui zipande, boza na roho ya champe, boza na fomu ya kijanje, ndani kuzoza na crown, miaka kibao kare ya Mugabe, tupate kijani na chake, tuwache kuseti tublaze, wezangu kushika kushinda za zero na uweza kuniita afande, ishori ya jaini mhanye, ishori ya jaini mdare, ishori ya napenda na fomu za maji, utadhani yeni mkwate, akitaka hapa kato, idalie kama kange, ishori na ngote usiku ya fika ni mpande ni chape igande, kwa msisi ndiyo wale, si uwaribu ni aje, unacheza ni 0-200, kauna res na mkate, nikomboka tukangware, lazima ni dishi ni ngare, ni kama ni show itabidwa ni kanje, yama mikono zitambi, nimekuwa ni kishapen, uliza fresha mimi mkari, DNA yangu ni kama ya dragon, mimi kitema ni fanis, bongo mbaya wajijaze, mbogi yangu mkitaje, mziki ndo bonga ni mbera, lazima tufanye ibambe, kenye na happen, si atungoji hizo chances, ndani nasaka keroma, jazidi kuroga nisikie masses, nisiruke kaskape, ikabidi nimesafe, sasa nimerudi kwa meda fresh, cheki energy na harness, ini storm na dande, inaifanyia fanbase, mziki ndo bonga ni mbera for life, hadi nizidi kwa fast.
Happy days! We do have the one and only Danny Talks over there with public announcement. But welcome to Let's Talk with Iritan. It's a Friday. How are we feeling about it? I love Fridays. I love weekends. But for me, it's like every day is a weekend because I'm always having a great time.
Yes, every day is a weekend. And Tuesday is the new Friday.
I like that.
Yes.
But family, welcome to Let's Talk with Iritan. You can basically download our app on the Google Play Store, stream on www.Black Radio Network, get your amazing healthy supplements, apparel clothing, i.e. t-shirts, hoodies, beanie hats, dad hats with the Black Radio logo on it. If you can stream on www.Black Radio Network on your computer, on your iPhone, if you're using the Android device, you can definitely just go to the Google Play Store and download the app. It's super free, but we are always here from 8 to 11 p.m. East African time. Get updated on different amazing shows, empowering, educative, and liberating conversation. And that's why today we're talking about our stolen African artifacts with the one and only
Mr. Sankara.
What's goody?
Yes, it's a very good day, a very good week. We started our weekend with dick jokes.
Okay. Yeah. Don't mind our boss.
And,
just forget you had everything you had about.
Well, it's good to note that Indians have little dicks.
Oh my gosh, no, that's not true.
And that the black man was cursed to have
Don't
a
make
big
that a
shower.
conversation of my show. That's not a conversation.
but anyways, it's actually a really great start to a great weekend.
Yeah, I know.
You start your weekend on a positive note, at least some laughter,
Oh no.
release some endorphins up and parlay. Some feel good hormones, and you have a good time. You're having a good day. It's the weekend, baby.
Hey.
Yeah. Have a good time. Sip a bottle of tequila. Take some whiskey if you like.
Champagne,
drink. If you like smoking, smoke. Go out, have fun.
Green
touch
tea,
someone's
picture
ass,
tea.
and then go back home on Saturday. Cure the hangover Sunday. We get back to work on Monday.
Right. Mr. Newsome always makes us laugh. He's funny, so I always laughing. It's hard to find a boss like that.
It's good to laugh, by the way. We should laugh as often as we can.
I know, but
Yes.
family, welcome to Let's Talk with Iritan. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful Friday. I hope your week has been productive, fun, and peaceful, but you can always start over. That's why I love new weeks, because
Yes.
for me it's like a new beginning.
Yes.
But also I'm excited about this conversation because you basically shared the topic, and I was like, amazing, because I've been doing my research on this. I've always talked about it on the show, but
Yes.
before we delve into the conversation, I hope you ordered your supplements.
Yes and no.
Yeah. Why would you say yes?
No, I would say yes in terms of we'll do it maybe in the future.
What's the future? Tomorrow? Next two
Yes,
hours?
I've actually brought it to my attention right
Yeah, I
now.
can show you a place if you cannot. It's hard to get the one we do up on the website here
So they're flown in from where?
from the States.
Yes, everybody. So from any corner of the in the continent to get yourself some supplements,
Absolutely.
and we're gonna do that by me seeing the site and then seeing if you have enough to order.
We do.
We black hot fire.
Mm-hmm.
So let us see that.
Absolutely. As you're doing that,
Black hot
I'll basically
fire.
share some of the supplements you do have on the website.
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
$23.90, you'll definitely get your ashwagandha. I always take the sea moss every morning, and you can see how my skin is.
It looks amazing, by the way.
Yeah, I don't have any makeup.
Really?
I'm telling you, it's only like my eyebrows.
You actually, people can't believe this because they're not here to see, but you're actually glowing.
Thank you.
I'm this close to seeing myself.
Thank you.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Is the ashwagandha and the sea moss?
No, they're so different because the sea moss also helps like for like really, really strong immunity.
Yes.
And if you have like a hormonal imbalance, so
yes.
during my cycle before
Yes.
that I used to get like breakouts.
Mhm.
So every time as they're healing, the next month breakouts. So I used to have a lot of black spots. Even
Yes.
Joby could literally see them.
Yes.
So I was like, it's really, really upsetting, right? And
Yes.
then I'm always talking about
sea moss.
Supplements. So I was just doing my research on the sea moss, and we did have a lady over here, a health nutrition. Yeah, I did interview on her or with
Yeah.
her on the show
Yes.
early this year, and she actually recommended that the sea moss, and
Yeah.
I didn't get it from her. I got mine. It's super, super like organic, like powder. Like I put it in the water, just a teaspoon
Yes.
every morning, and before I go to sleep, I drink it like as water,
Sea
part of my
moss.
water. Sea moss, but it tastes like seaweed, so I always hold my nose close as
You
I'm
have
drinking
to-
it because it's that seaweed, smell, taste, and I'm like, it's for my body, it's for my African body,
You have to do it.
and you can see the results.
Yes, indeed.
But I'm getting used to the smell.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad actually.
It's something
Because
you
mine
you
is
can get
like
used to.
powder-ish.
Yeah.
And then we do have another company of supplements that I definitely work with. It's called
Yes.
Sisimor.
Sisimo?
Yes. It's just here in Karen.
Oh, it's a Kenyan brand?
Yeah, so they do have the sea moss in the gel form.
So
no taste at all. You
it's-
can
it's
add
like
it in your food. You can add it in your whatever bread, whatever you want to add it to.
It's sweet. Gel.
No taste. It's just like jam, but not sweet. You see the way jam looks
The
like, the
consistency.
texture of jam,
Yeah.
like jelly, peanut butter and jelly.
So you can put it anywhere. You can
Yeah.
add it to your food.
You can add it to your food.
Put it in your
you
tea
can
if you feel like.
eat it like that.
Seymour's.
Seymour's, I love it. It's my fave.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I'm seeing the results. So there's a lady that I always order it from,
Yes.
just at the market, and
Yeah.
she's like, oh my god. And the time I was ordering, there was another lady who was actually suffering from hormonal imbalance because I was
Yeah.
explaining to her what's going on, like what's wrong with me.
Yes.
And then the lady just heard what I was saying,
Yes.
and I saw her skin. It was like, whoa. And she ordered the same thing.
The Seymour's.
Yeah, and the lady always tells me, remember that lady like who heard about the Seymour's the day you came here? She
Yeah.
always comes to actually bite every time.
Well, we'll talk about it off air. Because
Absolutely.
we're gonna need to make orders. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to get your supplements.
We need Seymour's, Mr. Newsome, on the
Yes.
website. So we do have
Yes.
Seymour's. It's a type of a red seaweed known for its high nutrient content, including vitamins, minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iodine. I'm sorry? We do? Oh, we do. Oh my god, I didn't know that. God damn. We do have CMOS on the website. We should definitely have it on the side of the show. I'm always like clicking on different supplements. I should wonder. Should definitely have it there on the side of the. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Okay, good. We're good. We have CMOS on the website. It can also be consumed in various forms, such as gel, as I said. It's
Yeah.
actually here, and powder. And it's used in smoothies. Yes, you can add it into your smoothies,
Yeah.
soups, and other dishes. While it may offer health benefit due to its nutrient, but also be cautious of consuming excessive amounts, which can lead to iodine or heavy metal toxicity. So that's the health and benefit of CMOS. But welcome,
Well,
family, to the conversation. Yes, you're saying something?
yes, we definitely need to check out the Seymours. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to try it.
Mm.
It
Nice.
looks interesting here.
You've seen it?
I'm a big fan of smoothies. I love
Mm.
smoothies, and I can see you can use it for your thickener in smoothies.
Yeah.
God damn.
Soups,
Okay.
whatever
Dairy
food you're
alternatives.
consuming.
Seymour's, and
CMOS, yeah.
it has a lot of health benefits actually. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me as we try Seymour's.
Yeah, like you'll bring one to
Yes,
the studio.
yes,
The
yes,
gel
yes,
glide.
yes.
I should definitely bring one.
I'm actually quite convinced to try Seymour's.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's good.
Scientifically known as whatever
It has a scientific
Chondrus
name.
crispus.
Okay.
Chondrus crispus.
Hmm.
It will remove the crispus in your body.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
It also
Okay.
it's also a source of these are difficult words. Why
Right.
the fuck did we drop biology? Okay,
It's all good.
we weren't looking for tongue twisters
Yeah.
today.
Back to
So
the conversation about artifacts, the stolen artifacts,
yeah,
and how we can definitely just take them back.
yes, and it's actually an interesting topic
You
by
know,
the way
it
to dive
is. It
to here.
actually really hurts me so
Yes,
much every time. Um, it's 2 days ago. I was watching a movie with my friend, right?
yes,
At
yes,
home. Nice, okay, amazing movie. Yes, we're just chilling after work, you know.
yes,
And then it's literally like a European movie. Like
yeah,
they actually did film it in the UK.
in yeah,
So we're
mm-hmm.
just chilling, like right. We're just resting after work.
Yes,
And then there's this couple. It's a couple.
yes,
They're doing like a, we're chilling. We're going out.
yeah,
Maybe the itinerary for the day.
yes,
They went to the British Museum, and I'm seeing artifacts. Our artifacts.
yes,
I know my friend, she doesn't still understand like all this African awakening or the African history.
yes,
I got really upset.
yes.
I was like, what the hell is going on?
She took
They're
it to a bit-
showcasing
our
our
shit.
artifacts in the museum. She was like, what just happened? I'm like, didn't see that part. Can you just, reverse it?
Rewind
Can you
it.
just rewind it?
Yeah.
You know? Okay. You can go to the other screen, Mr. Newsom, but I can. Oh, let me for yeah, I can see it, but it's kind of like tiny. The words, no, the words,
Friends are here. Your Indian friends are
the
here.
words. I can't read. Seymour's, yeah, I can see Seymour. Is it something? I can. How many dollars? 75 or 25.90. Yeah, we got. Yes, yes. Okay. Hey. Yes, please. Yes, please. Because I always play them like every time. But we got Seymour's Family at $25.90 on the Black Watchfire Radio Network website. So check it out. It's my favorite supplements. I
Mm.
love it. So yes, yes, yes. So you're what? Oh my gosh, yes. I've been wondering, like, hey, we don't have Seymour's. But yes, we got Seymour's Family. Order yours today. So I really got upset because I saw
Yeah,
our
in
artifacts
the
at the
British
British
in
Museum
the British
on that
Museum.
movie. You know, it's called
Yes,
My Oxford Year.
my Oxford. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Did you see it? Did you
No,
watch that?
I watched the first
It's my
few
friend who is like,
minutes
let's
and I
watch
was
this. And
like,
I'm like, okay, cool.
let me sleep.
Yeah. We do
Well,
have our artifacts in that movie.
it's interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
actually okay. That gives me a reason to now go fully watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was a bit too harsh with the movie, but now knowing it has some things that might
Yeah.
interest me.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna give it a second chance, and I'm gonna read something here.
Okay.
The issue of stolen African art centers on the widespread looting of cultural artifacts during the
It's okay.
colonial
Mm-hmm.
during the colonial times, primarily by European powers, and the ongoing debate over their return.
Mm.
From the 19th to the early 20th centuries, colonizers plundered countless objects, sculptures,
Mm.
masks, religious items, and more from African kingdoms and
Mm.
communities, and often during violent conquests or exploitive expeditions.
Mm-hmm.
These artifacts are now housed in the Western museums like the British Museum, the Louvre.
Mm.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to say it. The Louvre.
That's right.
And
Mm.
they actually got a visitation a few weeks ago.
You
I'm
went to
actually,
Paris?
yeah, we are happy for those
You did?
people who. No, it's not a vacation.
Mm.
We're happy for those people who visited the
Oh,
Louvre and they
right.
decided to go away with the artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's theft, but they also stole them. So why are they
Mm.
upset? They got the artifacts were stolen, and the artifacts they had were stolen artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
And the Humboldt Forum, whatever, include iconic pieces like the Benin bronzes
Mm.
looted from Nigeria in 1897 and the Asante gold treasures from Ghana.
Asante. Oh, they stole that also?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
estimates suggest that over 90% of Africa's cultural heritage is held outside the
Mm.
continent, with institutions like the British Museum alone holding tens of thousands of African objects. The looting was justified by colonial narratives of civilizing missions or claims that Africans can preserve their own heritage. Blah blah blah. Since African independence, African nations have had demanded restitution, arguing those objects are integral to their identity, history, and
Mm-hmm.
spiritual practices. It's actually quite a very wide topic. Art is not just a drawing and artifacts alone. There's also our music, our films,
Mm-hmm.
our way of doing theater. A lot of our items have been taken away from us, and we can always say that the colonizers or the Europeans, yes, they do whatever they do to destroy us politically,
Mm.
economically, whatever, but even artistically or in our art, if they
Okay.
find a way to scramble it, that's one ticket to them destroying even our politics,
Right.
because art is a mirror of society, and if your mirror is stolen or you're given another image to reflect, you're being
Absolutely.
misled.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the kind of art that we as the African people like our children consuming, or since the
Oh
colonizer
my
came.
gosh.
Look at the consumption. SpongeBob SquarePants. Although I was a big fan of SpongeBob,
Everybody was a big fan of
I'm a big
SpongeBob.
fan of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's bad, but looking at
Getting
it,
the understanding right
yes,
now of what it did represent.
yes, and
Yeah.
looking at it holistically,
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
very funny.
and indeed it was, but would wish that the African child would be inspired more by African stories, more
I
and more and
I
more,
definitely agree with that.
because our stations and our TV and our screens have been filled
Mhm.
with a lot of.
But it's also because there's a lot of people who did not really know about our true history, Mr. Newsom. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Absolutely. Mhm.
But then uh,
Because that's what we've been taught to actually know about or learn about our history, that it's witchcraft,
but
that it's evil,
yes,
you
and
know.
it's a really valid point to look at it,
Mhm.
that it can be quite difficult to have people accept the African productions or African based productions,
Absolutely.
but we can't say outwardly that they might reject it because they will call it witchcraft,
At first, yes.
because it depends on the content that you're putting out there. If whatever is, not every story should is about
Mostly
religion or
about the
praying to God.
artifacts. Have you seen? Because the conversation is about artifacts.
Mm.
Have you seen how they look? And
Hmm.
also, growing up, how we've been actually taught how witchcraft looks like,
But
the kind of art it looks like, honestly. Before you
we,
continue, I want to read this about artifacts. What are artifacts, or basically are stolen artifacts? The African stolen artifacts refer to a vast collection of cultural objects like masks, sculptures, and jewelry that were taken from Africa, primarily during the colonial era, and are now held in museums and private collections in Europe and North America. Key examples include the Benin bronzes looted by the British forces in 1897, and the Rosetta Stone, which was taken by the British in 1801. The repatriation of these artifacts is a major ongoing issue, with some countries and institutions beginning to return items while others remain reluctant, because some have been returned.
yes,
But also, as I've said over here, it's an ongoing issue because some are becoming super reluctant on returning the artifacts.
and many things people don't want to tell you, want you to know, is that even their structures huko nyumbani in Europe
Yeah,
have been built with our items. Look at the
absolutely,
trade
yes.
stations in London and Germany, Belgium, golden statues, golden hallways. But do they tell you where the gold comes from? That is our art.
Hmm.
So basically, you take gold from us, go build your cities, and call it the Great Train Station of Belgium, built with
Absolutely.
gold, and that gold was stolen. And it's not even just the art in artifacts only, even in our ways of doing life. And it's sad that we always have to come and reference him in such stories, Michael Jackson. And I'll call this one of the cases of black people's art being stolen, because they made this guy believe or get conflicted with his skin color, and that's not fair to black people, because this was a black person, born a black person.
Absolutely.
And here he is, years later in his career, wanting to change his color and show people it's okay to be another race, and it's okay not to love your race. They'll do that, and it might have looked like it was all theatrics, but symbolically and in the imprint that it left on the people and anyone who's listening to him is great, because black people will always be conflicted whenever Michael Jackson is spoken about. Was he black? Was he white?
I know.
And it's something that we shouldn't be doing. And already they have already, with him being the greatest entertainer at that moment, at that time, at his time to exist, he was black, and they couldn't they couldn't have they couldn't make peace with that fact. And they decided to get into his head and tell him, now you're going to become white. I don't know what happened, what led to his transformation. His transformation
feel like
happened.
It's like anything, there's this perception that there's nothing great that should definitely come from the African community. So they try everything to own it
and make it white.
Thank you.
Well, good luck with that. They're going to try it zaidi, and it's going to fail zaidi na zaidi na zaidi na zaidi. And that's also another form of stealing our art, getting our artists confused, trying to own them. Right now, every artist, black music, with it being infiltrated to it now becoming a way to control, or it used to be it being a way to control black people and have them jailed in American jails, because they will use black music for black people to spread gang violence and murders, and that's what people follow and listen to those lyrics, and that's how they're able to influence gang violence. That's how they're able to have more black people incarcerated, and that's a form of stealing our art, because it started one thing that it rap music started as a form of defiance. Fuck the police with NWA.
Right.
Was a system, or was a song that came at a point where they were like, enough is enough with the police, we're done with this. There's a lot of prejudice, there's a lot of racism, there's a lot of whatever was happening to black people from the white people. And music, as it has been greatly known, is used to influence revolutions. And at that point, they needed a track, or black Americans needed a track to make them feel like they deserve to be heard, something, an anthem to latch onto. As they protested against the police brutality.
Okay.
And a song that started, or a genre that started with awareness and spreading, or a way of showing our defiance and a way to defy the system again, to fight back the system, has now been overtaken, and it's now being used to against black people to have them incarcerated, have them murder each other. NBA Youngboy and all these other idiots we listen to nowadays are all about gang, I have bullets, shoot, pop, 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 pop. And you're like, okay, is that the only thing you can sing about in your rap song?
Right.
Hijacking,
but that's their agenda, because now they're showcasing that the African community
is all about violence.
Thank you.
So they also, that's another way of stealing African art. That's another way of hijacking the African art. Even in the miseducation, they're taking our artifacts away from us, taking them to another place now, saying these are here, they're going to be in the British Museum.
The fact that they've actually really tried to push in, and it basically worked. The inferiority complex on the African community worked, but also everything about us is everything they're trying to be. Isn't it funny? Honestly,
it's
I want to play
funny.
this video because you've mentioned something about music, about the industry, and let's react to this video.
The celebrities are the new black bourgeoisie, is we no longer have college-educated bourgeois who we lean on. So if we want to control the youth, We got to control them through the people they listen to.
I think that makes sense though.
It don't make sense because the entertainers are more controlled by the white power structure than you and I could ever be. Look at what they make. Look how much they make. And more important, look who they make it from. When I saw LeBron James go public when Israel invaded Gaza, and he said that I stand with Israel. How can you as a black man with all we've been through, how could you dare go public and stand with Israel in their genocide against the Palestinian people? LeBron James was wrong for that, but he had no choice because his dealings with that community financially dictated that he stand with Israel.
You believe that?
I know it.
You think that LeBron is controlled?
All of them. Who ain't? The question ain't who is. The question is who isn't controlled by the power.
So do you think that you get enough money, power, finances, or resources to break free?
Who do you think made LeBron James a billionaire last year? The untouchables.
You think that there's no way to break free?
If you're willing to lose everything that you got.
So you saying that you can't keep your power and your money?
And I'm playing this because you've mentioned the type of music that we hear nowadays.
Yes.
It's an agenda, basically, and it's all actually just burning everything to the ground that
Yes.
represent our culture,
Yes.
our art,
Yes.
everything that we're basically about.
Yes.
And we do have people who are actually pulling the strings
Mm.
as the puppet play along with the agenda because can I say ignorance, or basically they know what they're doing,
They know what they're doing.
or it's just about the money and thinking about their own interests.
Well, if you have if with people with such dealings, if it get to if it does get to a point where you have no other choice but to side with them, it means these people have you by the balls. Meaning you can't move, you can't breathe, so you have to do what they say, otherwise they're gonna press.
They always do that. They'll tarnish your name. They'll make you look crazy.
They will kill you.
Yeah,
They will.
yeah.
We have very many people in the music industry.
Absolutely.
We can definitively say were killed because of how good they were.
And
We
these
use
are like the greatest of all time.
Aliyah, may she rest in peace. A beautiful, beautiful girl carried into an airplane unconscious, and then she died from a plane accident. May her soul rest in peace, and her soul should not rest in peace. Her soul should haunt the people who murdered her. Why was she murdered? Because she might be they were afraid that she would become bigger than Queen Beyonce, and she had to go because that moment at the time at the time of Aliyah's death, she was scaling to become one of the biggest female R&B artists
Right.
that we have ever that has ever graced this planet. And that was during the days Beyonce was just starting. No one even knew who the fuck Beyonce was. Beyonce wasn't a big deal at that moment. And considering Jay-Z was the husband or was whatever, and at that moment Jay-Z was already a big, he had already done some shady shit and was already powerful at that moment. Some people had to go so that her love to become the big thing.
Right.
We have another story. We have another story of our most favorite rock star to have ever existed, Michael Jackson.
I know.
And his story is also quite conflicting because at the time of his death, or by the time of his death,
Or
he
before.
owned Yes,
Mhm.
he owned something called ATV Stony Publishing. What did that mean? That guy owned music publishing rights to artists like Eminem.
Right.
He owned publishing rights to the Beatles, not just his music. Meaning, this guy rose to become one of the biggest and most powerful figures in
Right.
in Hollywood. Why? Because he owned ATV Publishing, and for great artists to become great artists, you needed ATV Publishing to help you
Right.
publish your music to go there. He owned catalog music belonging to the Beatles.
Right.
Anytime you listen to any Beatles song, it's not Paul McCartney who will get paid, it's
Yeah,
Michael Jackson
Paul
who's receiving
McCartney.
payment.
Right.
Eminem, anytime you listen to a certain, it was what album, I can't remember, but there's a catalog owned by ATV belonging to Eminem. We had very many artists, and this guy was becoming quite powerful. And by the time of his death, or at the time of his death, he had to go because he was already accumulating a lot of other artists' catalog. He was getting a lot of power and influence in the music industry. The guy had to go. He had to.
Right.
He had to. We have very many examples of that. We have actors who have had a very bad time. I got to a point where Eddie Murphy was complaining about the Oscars not giving appreciating black people.
Right.
And this is true. And it's even sad because now black people, now we are at a point where we should be celebrating that, okay, we can be able to have our art out there.
Absolutely.
But our art has been hijacked to
it has been
push some bad
gosh.
agenda.
Yes.
All rappers, and it's so sad to say this, but we've gone to an age where music is now becoming shit. And that's the truth about it.
We lack a lot of, or we do have them, or we don't hear of them. I know a couple, I know a lot of them. Like we do have conscious artists.
Yes.
And it's amazing right now. It's like a breath of fresh air right now.
Yes.
To hear such music.
Yes.
Because all you hear about is just,
money, guns, shoot you, ass, whatever, pesa, gari,
when you hear something like, ooh, you're like, geez,
we're tired of this crap.
This is fresh.
Yes.
Yes.
This
is what my soul has been
is
yearning
looking
for.
Yes.
Yes. But that has always been hidden, has not definitely been streamlined because they don't want you to hear that.
They want you to hear about guns and a Glock.
Absolutely. I want to finish this video and then we basically play another video about the artifacts in the British Museum.
Money and be free.
Not if you made it through them. LeBron didn't become a billionaire through the Negro Leagues. You understand? He became a billionaire through the NBA, who has what? The largest percentage of untouchables as team owners. They own the NBA and therefore they own him. Under slavery, the black man was a commodity to be owned and traded. Our value was contingent on how much we could physically produce for the plantation. When you look at the NFL, when you look at the NBA, when you look at our Olympic athletes, I ask you the question, has there been any change or modification in the way the power structure judges the value of a black man's life? Are we still not judged for how much we can output physically? The basketball player, the football player, the Olympic track star, you're only worth as much as you can be used by the power structure. The only difference between a slave of 200 years ago and a slave of today is the slave of today is well compensated, but he has no more power than his ancestor had on the plantation 200 years ago.
So black people's money doesn't have power?
No, it can be converted into power, but no celebrity is going to risk doing that. See, here's the thing. When you hear about a celebrity getting an endorsement deal from a Caucasian company, that endorsement deal is a slave shackle. It binds your mouth shut to the things that...
Yes. That's when you start talking, you see, things start turning like around for you. You know? They start tarnishing everything about you because they can do it. They give it to you.
Yes, they can.
And the only thing you got to do is shut the F out.
Yes.
But when you start talking,
they're going to come for you. They have the resources.
Absolutely.
Matter to your people. When you hear these rappers, I got an endorsement deal over here, an endorsement deal over here. That's why I respect Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics. He wouldn't take it. He came out with his own sneaker. I believe Kyrie now has his own sneaker. Nike.
Because we can do it on our own.
Yes, we can.
And that's how we take back our power.
Yes, we can. I know I sound like Obama, but it's true.
That's how we do it.
Yes, we can.
Because we are the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And the fact that we are the greatest of all time, they want to own you.
Well,
and everything that you do own.
Yes, they do. They will throw dollars in your face, a few coins here and there. If you're greedy and thirsty and lustful, you're going to swallow that.
Absolutely.
And then you're going to end up in shit and be like, oh, the fuck, why did I get here? But at the end of the day, oh God, it's disgusting even to think about it. And even it's just disgusting.
But that's what's happening.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
He cut him. He said, don't come back to me after the drama. Keep the same energy. I'm going to go in this direction because the more you represent brands that are not sensitive to the black agenda is the further away you are from being loyal to the community.
Deep step over there. Some deep step
Hallelujah.
over there. How you Royal Constrictor, General Mosquito. Happy Friday. How you doing? How you feeling? Welcome to Let's Pop with Iriton. We're talking about our stolen artifacts and how we can basically reclaim our power by taking a hold of them. I want to play a short video over here of the British Museum, which is full of stolen artifacts.
2 million years of human history. If you follow the museum's recommended list of don't miss items, you'll see its star pieces. Like this Easter Island sculpture that's about 1,000 years old, or this bronze sculpture of the Hindu god Shiva. But there's a problem hidden in the museum, and we can see an example of it along this route. Out of those 12 pieces, nearly half have disputed ownership. The British Museum claims those pieces belong there, on display for the world to see.
What?
But in recent years, many have been fighting to get them back to where they came from.
Come on.
The list of disputed museum treasures keeps on growing.
Should cultural artefacts return to their home countries or be left in Western museums? The subject of intense debate as to who should now own them.
Us, obviously.
Let's start with some context. In the late 1600s, the British Empire began expanding across several continents. It became the largest empire in history, controlling about a quarter of the world's land and population. During its centuries-long rule, the empire took precious resources and wealth from countries all over the world, including cultural and historical artifacts, many of which ended up here in the British Museum, which was founded in 1753 and kept growing to accommodate all the new pieces in its collection. Lots of the items in the museum were legally acquired and are completely undisputed, like this one.
First of all, they should definitely return this artifact because they would mean a lot to us. They mean a lot to us. They mean a lot to this rising generation, to the next generation. We didn't get to basically be a part of actually, learning about them, like personally or physically, because they basically represent a cultural heritage, spiritual connection, basically in a historical knowledge that is vital for the collective identity.
Yes.
2,000-year-old Roman vase sold to the museum by a duke in 1945. The problem is with the pieces that are disputed, like the first item you see as soon as you walk in, the Rosetta Stone, taken by British troops from the French in what is now Egypt. Or further in, the Parthenon sculptures, removed from the Acropolis in Athens by a British lord and sent to the British Museum. Or over here, on the floor dedicated to African art, the Benin bronzes, some of the most contentious items in the museum. The Benin bronzes are kind of hard to categorize because
And they're telling you that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough. But why are they still holding our artifacts if you're not good enough?
Well, I'm looking
If you're not worthy enough, can they literally let them go?
I'm looking at the arguments they make on why they don't let go
It
of these
doesn't even
artifacts.
add up
They
to the
have
fact that, hey, you're just trying to steal our culture, our identity, and everything that has to do with the African community.
yes, and they have 3 points which are quite stupid.
Okay.
I'm gonna read the first one. It's universal access. The museum claims its role is to foster global understanding with free entry, drawing 6 million visitors yearly.
It's monetary for them.
Free entry.
No, I'm saying it's still monetary for them.
Yes. Yeah, the tourists.
Yes.
And all that. Yeah. And permanent returns could set a precedent, emptying encyclopedic collections. The preservation concerns, that is the second excuse, fears of poor storage or conflict damaging source countries, though critics call this paternalistic, whatever that means. And then the last one is legal barriers, where the 1963 Act prohibits sales or transfers requiring government intervention. Well, that's a lot of bullshit. And to say the truth, the points claiming why they can't give back the artifacts don't hold water. These are what do you mean it claims that its role to foster global understanding? You want to mean people can't access Benin to go see the Benin bronze in Benin? They can't
Because
fly
we
to
have
Benin
poor storage.
because Benin is now in Jupiter or in Wakanda. We can't access
Poor
it.
storage. It's the audacity for me that they're making rules for us.
The-
And we definitely allowed it.
and the
I
and
know
the
they'll
excu-
return some of the artifacts, but also we
yes,
need all of them.
and the excuses are absurd. They are s- they are absurd. They are very absurd. Cause okay, even a drunk monkey would would sit down and analyze and see
Yeah.
the excuses or the reasons being given into why they're not returning some of the left artifacts or the other artifacts they still
Absolutely.
have, and they're quite dumb. Cause what do you mean universal access? You want to mean, and I ask again,
We have
is
the
Benin in
rights
Wakanda? You
to
have to.
actually do that. Not they're not for you guys.
What do you mean accessibility?
Yeah, it represents a lot for the African community.
And
the fact that we do have the broken link to cultural heritage,
yes,
including spiritual
yes,
and historical knowledge, and that is a very, very vital thing for the collective identity. The removal of these objects, often through colonialism and war, has resulted in a loss of cultural memory, leading to a fragmented identity and a distorted understanding of history for many societies.
yes,
You know?
yes, and people lose touch with who they are when
Thank
they.
you.
It's like it's like taking the trident away from what's the name of this motherfucker who lives in the ocean and is the king of the ocean and has to have a trident. Yes, that guy. It's like taking away the trident from the guy who has a trident in the ocean. Let me get his name. And or what? Or taking away Iron. You taking you? It's like taking away Iron Man's suit.
Thank
I mean,
you.
how is he gonna be Iron Man without his
Mhm.
fucking suit? It's like taking the. It's like, okay.
And it has actually played a very big role
Yes.
of how our history was actually hidden,
Yes.
stolen, and eroded away from us. We do have a very big factor over here that I want to read through. It says hinders to self-determination.
Yes.
And I believe also, obviously, the leaders we do have over here in Africa, they basically played a role in this because they're not pushing. They can't push because they're being controlled. You can see
Yes.
the trail. So, with having this object displayed elsewhere can perpetuate the harmful idea that former colonies are incapable of preserving their own cultural heritage. And repatriation is seen as a step forward or towards restorative justice and cultural reaffirmation.
Yes.
It's like we do not have self determination
Yes.
to basically take them back.
They include such a huge range of items, from engraved ivory tusks to brass sculptures to plaques. But they were all produced here, in the Kingdom of Benin, in present-day Nigeria. This wealthy and industrious kingdom produced thousands of objects and art pieces starting in the 1500s. A lot of the items adorned palace walls and were used for religious rituals, but they weren't just decorative.
They were visual archives of the kingdom in a society that did not develop written script as we know them.
That's Professor Chika Okeke-Agulu, an art historian and professor from Nigeria who teaches at Princeton University.
They told their history, how they narrated the histories of kingship, of the kingdom, its political and social life.
But in 1897, Benin would lose thousands of these cultural pieces. At the time, European colonial powers were expanding south in what was called the Scramble for Africa. They split up the continent into spheres of influence for financial exploitation. All these pink areas were the British ones. Benin, over here, was in Britain's sphere of influence.
For financial exploitation. That
Yes.
always comes first
Yes.
for them.
They needed money to go into wars,
Mhm.
and they needed money after wars. So who else would pay for that wars? Actually, Africa. Do Africans know this? But they're the ones who have paid for the world wars, World War One and World War Two. Do they know this? Okay,
But it's not their fault.
it's not their fault.
Yes.
But the kingdom didn't comply with Britain's trade
It's the
demand.
one who exploited Africans.
Yes.
For the wrong reasons.
Yes.
And in January of 1897, it led to what was called the Benin disaster, where Benin guards killed 7 British emissaries, plus their many guides and servants. In response, 1,200 British troops embarked on a mission called the Benin Punitive Expedition. The British wanted revenge, but the mission was about more than just that.
There were reports of these vast treasures in the palace of the king of Benin, and that if they could retrieve these treasures, sales from it could offset the cost of the invasion. This was all well planned, and so the punitive expedition, in other words, was also an economic enterprise.
The British soldiers, armed with machine guns, conquered the city and burned it to the ground, but not before carefully taking thousands of artifacts. They piled them up neatly, photographed them, and even labeled them loot. This photo, taken at the Benin Palace after the raid, shows soldiers with the dismantled plaques that were brought to the British Museum and sold all over the world. And after hundreds of years, the once prosperous kingdom was gone. The region fell under full British colonial control until 1960, when Nigeria, including the city of Benin, gained independence. But even though they were finally free, their historical artifacts were still spread all over the world, locked up in Western institutions like the Leipzig Museum of Ethnology in Germany and the Quai Branly Museum in Paris, and, of course, the British Museum.
1995, in London. That was my first time of seeing an original ancient Benin artwork. Was, yes, at the British Museum. Being in the presence of these magnificent objects and knowing that I had to travel all the way from Nigeria to see for the first time these objects, it was a mixture of pride in the achievement of these ancient artists and anger mixed with a sense of loss at what could have been if I only had to travel a few hundred miles. But at this point, you're limited to those privileged like me who could get a visa to travel all the way from Nigeria to England to encounter these objects. Most Nigerians will never see them.
It's a fact, and it's sad. Honestly, it's so sad. I want to see them.
Yes, I do.
I want to see them. We do have a game, a South African developed heist game where players reclaim real-life African artifacts from fictionalized Western museum, developed by the Johannesburg-based studio Nyamakop. The game is set in a near future African futuristic setting and involves stealthy missions to return looted items to their countries of origin, engaging with the real world issue of artifact repatriation. What do you think about that? I reported this earlier this year and I was so excited. I'm like, I'm not a gamer,
Yes.
but I would definitely play this game.
Well, it's an interesting game, and I like the concept behind it. Africans stealing back their artifacts.
Absolutely.
And this is for the people who love. By the way, actually, this thought came to my mind as we were just speaking about it. For my big fans of Wakanda Forever, of the first Black Panther movie, there's a part where, what is the name of this guy? It's not T'Challa. The guy who openly challenges King T'Challa is called who? What's the name of this guy? God damn it!
As we're almost winding up.
Yes, and It starts with this black guy in a British museum
Right.
talking about what artifacts, and he said that, and some people, or my Black Panther friends, or people who love conspiracies in Black Panther or in movies, people or sisi watu were underground in the movies, we usually say that that scene was speaking a lot about our reality,
Right.
and it wasn't just a movie, because it's about this. It's a scene where this character looks at an artifact in a British museum,
Okay.
and this artifact actually belongs to Wakanda,
Mm-hmm.
but the artifact has been labeled that it belongs to another country.
Mm.
And this artifact in that British museum had, this is according to the fiction of Wakanda, it had vibranium. It is made of vibranium, so it was a powerful artifact. In real life, or if we can say if it's real, we can say maybe our artifacts hold some kind of spiritual power, spiritual value, that those artifacts being in their country makes them spiritually strong. That's why they're stealing them. That's why they have no interest in returning. I've actually seen Germany is the only country that returned, and they only returned 22 out of 1,000 plus artifacts they stole. So that's not a biggie.
Right.
It's just trying to make you. It's a psyop trying to make you release some pressure kidogo, so that you may here's some 22. Don't forget about the remaining 900 left.
Right.
Yes.
Alrighty, we're definitely coming to the end of the show, and this has been very mind-opening about the stolen African artifacts. And to the ones who are basically joining us right now, we did talk about the African stolen artifacts include significant cultural items like the Benin bronzes and the Kalina diamond, looted by colonial powers and now held in Western museums and collection. The struggle for reputation involves complex issues like the legality of colonial acquisitions and the dispute over where the artifacts should be housed and managed, with many institutions still reluctant to return key exhibits. Obviously, what do you mean there's a struggle? They belong to Africa, honey.
And
there's no struggle on that. It's a fact.
Before you actually even conclude the show, I wanted to ask, it's not just artifacts but our art. Do you think, or is this thing with European exploration coming to Africa, then renaming our items, part of that?
I believe so.
Yeah,
that was definitely a part of it.
Yes, what do you mean? I've come from wherever I came from. I see a lake now. This is called Lake Victoria.
It had a name.
And what about the people living
and you
before
should find out the original names of everything that has a European name.
Yes,
absolutely. And the fact that we do have the stolen African artifact, what has it done for ours, or basically how has that affected Africa and Africans? The stolen artifacts represent a broken link to cultural heritage, including spiritual, religious, and historical knowledge that is vital for collective identity. The removal of these objects, often through colonialism and war, has resulted in a loss of cultural memory, leading to a fragmented identity and a distorted understanding of history for many society. That's why it is the awakening and the rise of Africans, because it's time to basically reclaim everything that has been stolen away from us. But that has been my time here on Lost Pop with Iritan. Thank you, Royal Constrictor. Gerald Mosquito, how are you doing? And the ones who are basically listening to us on the other side, remember to download our app on the Google Play Store, stream on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Get your CMOS, get your ashwagandha, get your beetroot, because you're going to stay healthy.
Yes.
Beetroot, nature's powerhouse. Packed with vitamins, antioxidants and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried and finely ground to preserve their rich nutritional content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure, and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
And 90 cents. Your last take, the one and only Sankara Felipe.
Yes, in the spirit of an awakening the African mind.
Come on.
We're gonna end the show with learning something.
Okay.
So the commonly cited pre-colonial name of Lake Victoria is Nalubale.
Nalubale?
Yes.
Okay.
Meaning...
We should be learning that every time we're starting this show and ending the show.
Yes.
The original names of everything that has a European name.
Yes.
What did you say again?
Nalubale.
Nalubale.
Meaning...
Lake Nalubale?
Nalubale, just Nalubale, meaning...
It's a lake though.
Meaning... Okay, you're gonna see why you just say Nalubale, because Nalubale translates to the lake of the gods or mother of lakes.
Yeah, so Lake Nalubale.
Nalubale, yes.
Yes. So Lake Victoria, the original name of Lake Victoria is Lake Nalubale.
Yes.
Love it. I'll be saying, have you gone to Lake Nalubale? Which lake is that? Is it a
I'm
new
thinking about
lake?
Lake Victoria, by the way.
Yeah, the new lake. Yes. It's in the, what part is it?
It's in Nyanza.
Absolutely. Also, we do have something funny. We did have the King of Squats fitness event in Burkina Faso. Was cancelled because the government said the country has other bigger priorities than holding the squats event.
Long live Traore.
You know the guy? The King of Squats?
Yes. I saw he even came to Kenya.
And why Burkina Faso? As in, you could just have chosen another country.
We're going back to Kenya or Uganda.
Yeah, because Burkina Faso is a very serious country, you know.
You know what I love about black women?
Have a beautiful weekend, family. My name is Yutan Longoria with my co-host
Sankara in the building.
Come on, always talking about redefining conversation because we are the change
we want to see in the world.
Come on, much love. Bye bye.
You're now listening to the best music.
Feel the freshness.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Here is Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother, all the way to the last. And I'm reaching out to all of our brothers and sisters out there when it comes to names. You're tuning into.
You know what I love about
Fire Radio.
Divine feminine, I'm rising like Queen Mother, shining on my kingdom, my son, I'm like I am father. Triumph in the gold, I alchemize, then voila. The essence of the woman elevates you more than the Zaza. Melanin on my skin, bronze golden like copper. Natty call you for crown, I swing it like I am pasta. I might be off my noodle like fettuccine for pasta. I leveled up for the ghetto, baby, the see that is possible. I'm giving out the game, these lames ain't the same. They sell soul for fame, new slaves and big chains. But fire to the flame, I grew through the rain, upgraded my DNA with power I generate. I'm a black guy, I really love the skin that I'm in. I'm so in love with me, don't wanna be not like them. All across the globe, you see the fruit from my limbs. They try to knock me down, but I'm resilient, I win. I'm a black guy, I really love the skin that I'm in. I'm brilliant, I'm sexy, they want me, my twin. I'm sacred, creative, got power within. They try to knock me down, but I'm destined to win. I'm a black guy, vanity in her mitochondria. Since beginning of time, she's been judged, but you're honor her. True original woman of carbonate, copy her, but can't duplicate God design, even if you got body done. How many more times do you need to hear it? It's spirit and scientific, just who you a product of. Getting harder to sleep on like case of insomnia, but we can't deny we've been pressured when we all birth diamond. It's a big nose, thick hip, afro bandit, slim waist, juicy lip, indigenous status. Soft as a flower, yet powerful in that essence. This song is for my sisters affirming the money. Freshness. I'm so in love with me, don't wanna be not like them. All across the globe, you see the fruit from my limbs. They try to knock me down, but I'm resilient, I win.
Come on. Hey. Hey.
My twin, I'm sacred, creative, got power within. They try to knock me down, but I'm destined to win.
I'm a black goddess. Hey.